What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I'm Chad.
I'm Jake. This week we are sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
We're also sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
This week we're going to be talking about Halloween Kills, which just released this past weekend. Or
No, it
was
came
it
out
last?
it came out on the 15th, but
Oh yeah,
in
2 weekends ago
celebration
then.
of Halloween, we're going to talk about it. But we're also going to be talking about some upcoming nerd things and news, as well as a couple. Yeah, we'll get to it. You'll see it. So
We'll get there.
Let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast. Nerd.
Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd.
Yeah.
How was your week, dude?
My week consisted of 7 days.
Oh, no way. That's
Yeah.
like the same amount as, everyone else.
Yeah, it's kind of how it was. It was another week. It's been really cold out here, which is, well, not cold. It's been like in the 40s and 50s, which is just
The
delightful.
best weather ever.
My window's been open. I'm finally like sleeping well, which is great. Didn't do anything for Halloween, but had some candy. It was delicious.
We
What
went
about
we went trick or treating with my buddy Mike and his family. His son is like a nephew to me, so it was fun.
What were you dressed up as?
Me,
Oh,
a cold person with a beer, and a pocket with another beer in it.
a grown-up Boy Scout, if you will, because you were
Yeah.
prepared.
But there was some asshole, and let me tell you, you're an asshole. There was some asshole while
When
we
you
were
see this
trick-or-treating.
guy,
He or she or they, whatever, decorated their house on Halloween in Christmas lights and
oh
lit
yeah,
them
you
up.
told me about this guy.
Are you fucking
This
kidding
person.
me?
Family.
And then we proceeded to go to their house because we were like, their lights are on. Maybe they're giving away candy canes. We made a joke about it, They gave they gave informational cookies out about the founding fathers, which is like
Was it super like?
Like
how
George
do
Washington.
how do I put this delicately? Was it very whitewashed information?
what? Well, let's put it this way: Obama wasn't in there.
Well, he wasn't a founding father,
Yeah,
but did
no,
it mention?
I didn't read any
slave
of
owners?
I laughed. I snickered about it to myself. No pun intended. Snickers, get it? But I was just like, Jesus Christ, that is the fucking the weirdest protest to Halloween I've ever seen in my entire life. We're not gonna participate unless we put Christmas lights out and give out very racist cookies. So let's do that. It was wild. But yeah, other than that, it was a great time. We had fun. It was cold, but I was drinking beer, so I was fine.
I just have something to say about that. It's going to
Please
piss
do.
off a lot of people, I'm sure. Well, actually, probably a lot of our listeners will agree. But we're not going to go into it because it's not that kind of podcast. But so they put up Christmas lights, celebration of Christmas,
Sure.
Jesus, the one that hung out with refugees and hookers and, the people that
I know where you're going with
that the
this, but
founding
yeah.
fathers would have shunned.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let's just go wildly in opposite directions with these two things that we're going to use to protest Halloween. Jesus first and America first. Very contradicting ideologies if you look at the world or, the world history or just American history or, whatever. Okay, so, yeah.
It was hilarious. I mean, I just, as a POC, Ooh.
I was
I
gonna.
meant that. I meant that in a funny way because I am POC. I am a POC person. I'm a person of
Yeah.
color. So
I.
that came off way wrong. You should maybe edit that out.
I'm not going to because you corrected it.
Okay, yeah, I am POC. But yeah, as a person, a POC person, I think this was like a super weird and fucked up thing. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
This isn't that kind of podcast. We won't get into it, but weird.
Yeah.
My protest when I own a house, I'm gonna do a murder scene of Santa Claus by his elves. They're gonna be little zombie elves murdering Santa
Just eating
on the
him.
front lawn. And then on Christmas, I'm
He's
not
gonna
gonna put
keep it
up
up.
anything.
Oh, I was gonna say just keep it up until
No,
after Christmas.
no, I'm just not gonna put up anything. They'll be like, "Oh, that's super clever because Christmas is coming." And then when I don't hang any Christmas lights, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's brown. He's brown. That makes sense."
It's a good thing you're moving to a city that just this year had some headline news of racially charged things.
Ooh, I can't fucking wait, dude.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Bring it on.
I can't wait to help you wash eggs off of your house. I will dress as flamboyant and
I'm gonna
however you want.
I'm gonna put an electric fence in my yard. I'm gonna let my 2 giant dogs plus my girlfriend's giant dog just roam free. You want throw eggs at my house? Go fucking ahead. If my dog comes out of that yard like through the electric fence, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the hospital because I have an animal bite. And it's like, oh, well,
Were
we
you
caught you for
trespassing?
vandalizing my house.
Dude,
So
I'll give
we're
you
good.
one of my security cameras just for your front door. Just so you can we got you. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, we have had. Sorry, we're going way off base here.
No,
just wanna
that's
say this
fine.
Last thing, I had. So Nicole and I have been trying to mingle our dogs together. She has a dog who is larger than my dog, and my dog's a Rottweiler. Well, her dog's half Rottweiler, so it makes sense. But we've been trying to make them be friends very cautiously. And they are, for the most part, they're great. They either just shun each other and don't want anything to do with each other. But the one thing that they do agree on is when somebody walks by my door and they're both like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And they're both just right there, just like, it's super funny. And then it's been 2 nights now that we've done this. The other funny thing is I keep waking up at like 3 a.m. because we put a baby gate up at the end of the bed so that they can't like fuck with each other while we're sleeping. And I keep waking up at like 3, 4 a.m, whatever time it is, to the 2 of them over the baby gate, just nose to nose, growling at each other. And I'm just like, fucking lay down, you little bitches. My fucking camera's going out again. There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
Sorry.
Yeah, but while Jake is fixing his camera, because he sucks, because it's not the camera, because we have the same camera now. We did also have a really awesome talk with our producer Alan this week. Talking about some really great guests that we're going to have on in the next couple of months. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to really explore a lot more of the all things nerd aspect instead of the all things nerd to us, which is our upbringing. But we're trying to branch out. It's going to be great. We're really excited for it. Sorry, that was not supposed to be in there. But let's...
couple. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, you.
Do you want to talk about anything else before we move on?
I wrote some stuff down here. I feel like we should just breeze over a couple things. One, Army of Thieves, which is the prequel to the Army of the Dead, Zack Schneider zombie movie that came out. Was that over the summer? Had to have been over the summer. It's fall now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The prequel, which focuses on the
Dieter.
Dieter, yeah, who is the safecracker. This is the prequel to this movie. Is awesome. It's on Netflix. Check it out. I
Yeah, I
loved
haven't
it.
checked
We
it out
we
yet.
watched it today. It was super funny. One of the things that in Army of the Dead that made me like him so much is that he screamed a lot
Yeah.
and like overreacted about shit. He's very much that way in this movie as
Oh,
well.
good.
It's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go check it out, and it kind of shows like the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. And we do know that it's been confirmed that the sequel to Army of the Dead, which is called, I believe, and I could be wrong about this. I'm sorry, I didn't check it out before our episode. I think it's called like World of the Dead. So it'll be a trilogy. So it's kind of cool. I'm excited
That's
about
awesome.
it. Yeah.
And they did it
I
very like grand scale Kill Bill.
yeah.
Like, here's what's happening. Oh, this is what happened. Oh, this is what happened after those other things.
And he's, spoiler alert, he's still alive, correct? At the end of Army of the Dead,
I don't
he
think so.
locks. Yeah, he locks himself in the vault.
He locks the other guy that's been bitten the arm in the vault.
So he died?
I think so.
Oh no.
Unless they explain somehow that he survived, but I highly doubt it because there was also a nuke. Spoiler alert, guys, if you haven't seen Army of the Dead.
For some reason, I thought he was the one that came out of the vault at the end. That makes me sad. I like his character.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Yeah. You will really like him after this movie.
Good.
Army of Thieves. There were a couple parts where I was like, I even told Nicole, I was like, they're making him just a little too likable. Like, he's just like, oh, I'm the sweetest person on earth, and like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh. But you do like him, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Sorry.
Yeah, so before we get into Halloween Kills, we do just want to talk about our first sponsor, which is Ray's Energy Drinks. You guys have heard us beat this into your head for months now. So if you
39 episodes to be exact.
Yeah, so if you guys
39 weeks.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Ray's Energy Drinks, fantastic energy drink with zero sugar, zero calories, zero crash, calories. But they also have so much more to offer, like pre-workout, protein,
Cake.
They have like mug cakes that you make.
Oh.
Oh, gross. I saw where you were going.
I didn't say it, but you saw it. That's all I needed. I'll leave it alone.
Ew. But yeah, listen up. And then you'll learn how to save 15% site-wide. It doesn't have to be on energy drinks, just anything off the website. So listen up. We'll be right back with you to talk about Halloween Kills. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Ray's Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Ray's Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, guys, we are going to dive into Halloween Kills, which came out on the 15th, just a couple weeks before Halloween, which was yesterday. So, Chad, what did you think about this movie?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it. Well, for those of you that have paid attention to some of the other episodes that we've done, I'm not a fan of like scary movies, anything like that. This
He's a
really
pussy.
was.
What?
That was hurtful. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just like grew up never really being a fan of scary movies. But this isn't scary. It's just it's a thriller. It's a slasher film. It was
It's bloody.
really enjoyable. It was gory, but like most of the time, it was not like over the top campy gory. There's a couple of moments.
Yeah. I was gonna say suicide scene. Suicide scene. Suicide scene. Yeah. That was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, that was
What part were you talking about?
with the eyes.
Oh
they
yeah,
pop
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
grapes.
Okay, oh yeah. Yeah. There's a couple scenes. Spoiler alert, by the way.
But no, I really enjoyed the movie. I because I haven't watched many like scary movies, slasher films, stuff like that. I haven't seen the originals. I kind of always knew the premise because like friends and stuff like that, but I thought that this was really great, and it picks up right at the end of Halloween, the quote unquote reboot.
Yeah, kind of. Not really. I mean,
refresh.
it's still Laurie Strode, who was the original, obviously. Oh fuck, what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis. Jesus Christ. Jamie Lee Curtis was in the originals. This is now her. She has a daughter and a granddaughter. There's a movie before this, Halloween Kills, called Halloween, where basically all of the other movies are, I don't think, really. They are.
Halloween and Halloween 2 are still canon, but basically past that, nothing.
I think some of those are still canon too, though, because there's a lot. Whatever. I don't want to go into it. We could talk for like 20 minutes on it. Anyways, basically, for me, I think the acting is a little over the top. Laurie, there's like parts where she's just like screaming at the top of her lungs, and it's like, dude, chill. Like,
and she's got a little like murdery, like martyr murder.
Yeah.
He has to die tonight, and I have to be the one to kill him. Why?
Well, you only can do it on Halloween. That's the thing. Because during the rest of the year, Michael Myers kind of just is dormant.
Yeah, he just fucks off.
Yeah. He's like, fuck. He's like a vampire with sunlight. He's like, fuck, it's November 1st. All right.
Yeah, so like on Halloween, he fucks around, and then for the rest of the year, he just finds out. You know?
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. It's weird. I enjoyed it. I do love this new direction. So there was like the shitty ones that what's his name? Fucking Rob Zombie did. He did 2 of them, and they were just terrible. This is a very nice, like, refreshing callback to the originals.
I think the reason why they work well with these, like you said, they're not true reboots. No. But I think because Jamie Lee Curtis is executive producing it, that like and so is the original writer.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he.
Oh my God! Hold on. Oh my God! Fuck you, Jake. I'm a huge fan too. This is really embarrassing. Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's okay. I'll look it up for you.
You're gonna be faster about it than I am. Yeah.
John Carpenter.
Carpenter. Thank you. Fuck. Mm-hmm. You should just edit that out and let's redo that. Absolutely That's really embarrassing.
Nope. Too late.
Fantastic.
But because like they're the ones behind like the creative engine of it, it feels not as like. I mean, it's still very campy in moments. Do
you know who like the main producer on it is?
Danny McBride.
Danny fucking McBride,
yeah, I saw
which
that.
is like, so amazing.
Kidding me?
I love that. If you guys don't know who Danny McBride is,
got killed by Daewoo, son.
Google him, and the second you see him, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, this guy!" Yeah, he's got killed by a Daewoo Walrus, motherfucker. Yeah,
If I close my eyes, it's like I'm listening to the radio.
yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah,
But also there's some. Well, you
pretty
have.
brutal.
Oh yeah, there's some very
No, what
brutal
were you gonna
deaths.
say? I'm sorry.
But you have a theory that plays
I
into
do have
these
a theory.
characters. Why don't you dive into that?
I think that Laurie's granddaughter is going to become the next, maybe not Michael Myers. She won't take up the mask and stuff, but I think she's going to become a psychopath. There are kind of some subtle hints to it going through the past two movies. The next movie is called Halloween Dies, and I think that she is going to what's her name? Allison.
Allie's
Allison.
son.
I think she is going to take up the mantle of the family crazy person.
There's always one.
Yeah, there's always one.
Are they
And if
all
one
murdery?
dies, then,
Probably
yeah.
not. But very close. Yeah, which I mean, I don't know it as well, but I can kind of see it. She was very quick to hop on board of like, I want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Um,
And in the first movie, which you didn't see, at the end of the movie,
I'm gonna go back and watch it. Don't worry.
They show her at the end of the movie. They show her holding the butcher knife that Michael Myers
It's a
was
chef's knife,
originally
but yeah.
trying to kill them with, and she's kind of like clenching onto it, and they zoom in on it, her hand holding the knife, and I thought that was kind of
Very foreshadowy.
eyebrow raising. Yeah.
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 There's also on top of like some very like gruesome deaths, which I do want to talk about because some of them are chef's kiss. There's also some really ridiculous deaths.
Yeah.
One being there's a couple that gets introduced in this film. Just they randomly are like at a bar. They meet some of the original cast. And they're like, let's buy you drinks. And then they're like, oh my God, Michael Myers. And they're like, we want to join because he's like terrorizing our town too. And it's like, yeah, you guys live in the same city. And like the guy like gets a gun and he's like, I've never shot a gun before. Or like, I'm nervous. So the wife is like, I'll take this. I used to shoot guns as a kid. And then it shows her, this is a big spoiler, but this is like the dumbest deaths. And like she's shooting at Michael Myers in a car, can't hit him. So it's like, oh, you shot a gun once as a child? Like you didn't shoot guns based on how bad your aim is, except for the fact that like Michael can't die. Gets like close enough to the car where like she could touch the car door. She's about to pull the trigger. Michael Myers just kind of like kicks the door kind of aggressively, like enough to like make her hand like go to the left and miss him or hit the gun out of her hand. Nope, the gun just does like a 180 in her hand, and even though she pulled the trigger, it has a delay, and as the gun spins around, she shoots herself in the face.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Or her wrist somehow like
broke maybe, like when he
yeah, but like from like a straight arm, or even like if her arm was bent, getting hit would have gone. If it was straight, like that's a gruesome break that still would not result in a very perfect just shooting herself in the face with a downward angle. Like he would have somehow, the door would have had to like break her wrist so hard that it disconnects and swivels and points upwards at the same time. Like, no, this was a dumbass death. They could have done so much better. My rant is over because that
you good, bro?
pissed me off. Because like some of the other ones, like dude gets a knife like through the
that was socket. Awesome.
Yeah, that was
a fucking eye.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Not even like eyeball. He gets stabbed like here.
I think it was above his eye because you see his eye like pushed under the knife, like
Other way. It was under.
oh, and the eye was up.
Yeah. It was sweet.
Like
through the cheekbone.
this is kind of gross to be like, that was such a cool death, but like, it was awesome.
Yeah. Swim from 6 to midnight. Whatever. It's not gross. It's awesome.
Why don't you go torture some squirrels while you're at it?
Yeah.
God. Jake would never.
Like
He's
squirrels.
a vegan. So am I, but whatever.
Let's see. Oh, something I thought was very funny. Well, so this movie picks up right after the last movie left off. And as you guys know that have watched it, Allison and her boyfriend were going as Bonnie and Clyde, but gender reversed. So he was Bonnie, and he is wearing a dress. And the entire fucking movie in this movie, he's wearing his pink miniskirt, and it's fucking hilarious. I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Up until his death.
Up until his death, which is a brutal.
It was probably one of the most like slow played and
it was a
prolonged.
It was a very prolonged death.
He just gets his shit rocked, like head through the banister, just like slamming his throat like onto like the where like the floor ends where the stairs are, to the point where like he's just laying there limp and just like drooling. If his eyes were closed, you could be like, oh, he's asleep, it's fine. Definitely not closed eyes. And he's just like, he's there to die, like he's breathing his last breaths. And Michael comes down the stairs, looks at Allison, and she's like, leave him alone. And she looks at him, or Michael looks at this guy, I think his name is Cameron in the movie.
Something like that.
He's like, oh, this guy? And just like,
it's like very Jesus take the wheel. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yes, it was. That was a very brutal death with not a lot of blood for that particular death. Like it was just straight up violence.
But then the ending of the movie,
Michael gets his shit rocked.
Basically, for those of you who have not or have seen it, they bring back a lot of the old characters from the original movies who were victims of Michael, who did not die. And now that this is happening, they're like, hey, let's band together and fuck this dude up. So Laurie's daughter lures him basically to the street where he's like chasing her, and he's like, I'm going to kill you, bitch.
Well, he's not chasing her. He's walking briskly.
And they get to the street, and basically it's what's her name in real life?
Judy Greer.
Judy Greer, yeah. And she's like, gotcha. What she also did in the first movie, I won't ruin it for you, Chad, because you haven't seen it yet. But
well, there's flashbacks in this movie.
Yeah. So she's like, gotcha. And then it's basically like the townspeople and the previous people that he's fucked over with like baseball bats and crowbars and guns. And they shoot him and beat the shit out of him. And he basically goes down. And then he doesn't. What happens, Chad?
Oh, then he just like, I mean, he's down for the count, like knife in the back of his neck, like beat bloody, like can barely move his arm. And then he's like, psych, and just like jumps to his feet and slaughters the town. Your dog fart.
Oh.
I can see it on your face.
She's not even in here.
Do you have your fan going?
Oh my god, no.
Oh wow. Just straight wafting.
No, she did one earlier too. It was really bad.
But yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry.
No, I think it was hilarious that you're blaming your dog for your nasty ass fart. But
if it was mine, I wouldn't even tell anybody. I would just be like, nice.
Oh, you guys have to watch the YouTube for that. Or check out our Instagram. That's going to be the fucking highlighted clip. No, but yeah, Michael gets up and just like murks everybody in the street.
Bodies the entire crowd.
Basically the only original character now is Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, and Officer Hawkins.
One more.
Who's the other one?
The brunette chick who fights him at the car. He never killed her.
Oh, that's right. She's in the hospital as well. That's right.
That's a lingering, dude. Oh my god.
But during that, like, so Judy leaves to go back and find her daughter who, like, snapped her leg. And then goes up into the house for whatever reason because she's feeling, like, empowered that she helped kill him. So she wants to stand in the window that he always stood in his childhood home and just, like, watch the street. And then Michael shows up behind her and just unalives her. And that's how it ends. It ends with Judy Greer becoming unalive.
Unalive. Man, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah. So there's another one coming out called Halloween Dies. We assume Michael Myers is going to die, and we'll see if my theory about the granddaughter becoming the new psychopath in the family is true or not. But I assume next Halloween, hopefully, we'll find out. Stay tuned.
It's been like 3 years since the last Halloween came out. I mean, granted,
yeah, I think they
COVID.
shot I think they shot these two together.
Oh, Halloween Kills and the next one? Oh, okay.
That's why it took like 3 years to come out with. I think they shot them together, yeah.
And COVID. But yeah, it's still just lingering, huh? Well,
maybe she took a shit. She has shit in the house in like
years
since I first got her.
Well, with that, we'll let you go check it here in a second. But tell us about our second sponsor.
Yeah, sorry guys. Well, talking about my dog's shit possibly, and then this.
Well, it's spicy on the nose, and this next sponsor is spicy on the tongue.
Our second sponsor is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce.
I'm so sorry, Craig. Your hot sauce is amazing. I did not mean to compare it to dog shit.
Spicy. The
spice.
It's a spicy pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce. It is a fantastic hot sauce.
So good. I put it on everything.
That you can put on practically anything. Please go buy some. It's so good.
Yeah, check it out. We'll tell you you can find it.
Yeah, listen up.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. All right, guys, welcome back. So for the second part of this episode, we just want to quickly touch on a bunch of topics of like upcoming nerd things, as well as a couple of like speculations or fan casting, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And also what we just like hope to see going forward, whatever. Oh, like coming. Sorry, Mom.
Let's see. Next weekend we got Eternals coming out.
We done gets the Eternals coming out.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna go see it on Saturday.
I am too. My dad, who is definitely not into nerdy things at all, it was a stretch to get him to watch the John Wick films because he loves like action movies. but because there's a continuing story, he's like, I don't have the patience for this. And I was like, bro, like he's not even a big movie fan. Like, if he can't watch it at home where he can pause it and like take breaks and break it up over 2 days, like it's not for him. Like, he's just the dude that doesn't like to sit for like multiple hours watching the same thing. Even with sports, he'll sit down and watch a full game, football, baseball, basketball, whatever, as long as there's another game that he can jump in between. Otherwise, he gets bored. But with that being said, my dad's like, you want to go see Eternals? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to go see Eternals. He's like, can I come? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I'd fucking love that. And I was like, why do you want to see this one? He's like, Angelina Jolie. And I was like, there's my dad. But hey, I'll take it, because that means that I get to go share something that I love with him, and hopefully it gets him to want to watch the others, because an actress that he finds attractive is going to be in it. And be like, hey, there's plenty of movies with ScarJo. We got it.
Yeah.
But speaking of Eternals, we get some watermelon sugar high.
Yeah, we're supposed to get Harry Styles as Thanos' brother.
Foxy Mama 69. Star Fox. Yeah, my bad.
He's yeah. Foxy Cleopatra. I'm a whole lot of woman.
I like gold.
I love gold.
Oh, I'm so glad that your mic auto cut that.
What? They didn't come out?
No, it did. It started really loud, then it got really quiet.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Good microphone.
I love gold.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
That one's a keeper.
Gross. Oh, too much time talking about eating skin.
Anyways. Yeah.
All I want is like a very meta joke from Star Fox relating back to Harry Styles. Like, I want Harry Styles to exist in the MCU separate from Star Fox.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe it could be like him stealing like another guy's wife or something like that. That'd be cool.
Wow. See, I was hoping that someone would just say like watermelon. He'd be like, sugar high?
Yeah.
Or like, instead of you don't know you're beautiful, like, because Star Fox is a very self-absorbed character in the comics, that he's like looking to himself in the mirror and is like, I know I'm beautiful. Like, just like a parody on his own song, just like super meta. Yeah. That's without being like,
hey,
misogynist. Yeah, yell at your dog and ignore the fact that.
Oh, is I being misogynistic?
About him stealing someone else's wife? Not necessarily misogynistic, but like, bro, too soon. Whose wife did he steal?
Are you kidding?
I don't care about Harry Styles at all.
Olivia Wilde, who was married to Jason Sudeikis, originally cast Shia LaBeouf in her upcoming directorial movie or whatever.
That's right. I do know this, yeah.
And then she switched Shia LaBeouf last minute for Harry Styles, and then got caught cheating on her husband, Jason Sudeikis, with Harry Styles.
Who's like the nicest guy in Hollywood.
And then left her husband, Sudeikis, for Harry Styles, while living with her husband because of COVID. He couldn't buy a new place.
That's
right. Was living in the basement of his own home while his wife was fucking Harry Styles in the home.
I don't know how that blew
pieces
past
of shit. I'm pretty sure they're probably friends with like Amber Heard.
Oh. Terrible people. Remember that movie Horrible Bosses? It should just be called Terrible People and just star them.
Like, here's the thing. Like,
Jason Sudeikis is the tit.
This isn't what our podcast is about, and I'll briefly touch on it, but like, if you're gonna be a piece of shit, like, just like, can you break up with the person you're with first? It's
Yeah.
that easy. Like, hey, I don't love you anymore. I'm gonna go fuck somebody else. Sorry, dude, about your feelings, but like, can you just do that? And that goes to not just celebrities, but people in general. Could you just
Yes.
do that?
I learned that lesson as a young adult. And it seems like other people that I've been in a relationship with since that young adulthood did not get that same message twice.
It's not funny. It's not funny. It's
It,
really not funny.
for me, it's a little funny because it's self-deprecating, but just do better, people. If
Yeah.
it's not that hard, just to like be like, hey, I don't want to be with you. I want that instead.
Yeah. It sucks for that person, but like, you know,
Better than what would happen when they find out that you just, I don't know, went behind their back and cheated.
yeah. Unreal. Anyways, yeah. So
Yeah, moving on.
And
So
then-
like Eternals and
Yeah.
Harry Styles. Yeah, it comes
He's
out
in
this
it.
weekend. He's in it.
or he
Moving
might be
on.
in it. Yeah.
Supposedly, from what I've heard, it's an end credit scene, which is
Yeah.
like, bro, come on. You're going to let one of the pervious superheroes in the MCU just like be an end credit scene? That means that we have to endure it more.
Also,
But if they make it funny, I'm okay with it. But
speaking of pervy, we got the Buzz Lightyear movie coming out.
why is that pervy?
It's not. I'm just being weird.
Jesus. Okay.
He falls in style, bro. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
It's not flying. I know that much. If you guys
we get
don't
the-
get that reference, you're too young to go home.
We get the Chris Evans voiced Buzz Lightyear in the Lightyear trailer. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of like the backstory of like where the toy came from.
Yeah. Looks cool. I'm excited
Well,
about it. I love
am
Toy
too out
Story.
of just pure nostalgia. We'll see if this
Yeah.
is like.
I mean,
Pretty
when
good.
Toy Story came out, we were little kids. So
Yeah, I
this
was
is
like 5
like,
or 6.
yeah, this is like a big deal for us. Yeah. I'm excited about it. I want to see
Also,
this.
if you guys haven't seen it, search online for the Lightyear, because it's just called Lightyear. It's the Lightyear movie trailer, but to the Interstellar soundtrack.
Yeah.
And good God, nostalgia and feels, and it's also like watching the Interstellar trailer for the first time with that soundtrack. Just, mwah. Just chef's kiss all over again. Check it out. We don't know much about this movie, but it's Pixar. I'm sure it's not going to suck.
Yeah.
Is it necessary? No. Do I want it? Absolutely.
Yeah. They should do a Woody one too.
I'm sure that they probably
There's
will.
a snake in my boot.
I'm sure that they will if this does well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm for it. Like, why not?
Moving on. Moving on.
In Star
Bubba.
Wars news,
Bubble tea.
yeah. Bubble tea?
Bubble tea?
Bulba.
Bulba.
We have a confirmation of a stream date or release date of Star Wars. Wow, I'm doing
Star
really
Wars.
bad with my words
Star Wars.
tonight. Star Wars: The Book of Boba, which is kind of like a spin-off. Not kind of. It is a direct spin-off of The Mandalorian. Just focusing on Boba Fett and Finnick, played by, is it Mai Wing Na? Mai Wen Na?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce her name.
From
She was Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield, yeah.
She also played a big role in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's going to be great, but it starts streaming on Disney Plus on December 29th. We don't know really anything about the story, except for part of it's going to take place on Tatooine in Jabba's old palace. There's a couple of stills. He's basically turned it into his own like bounty hunter guild, basically, is what it looks like. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
We also got we're kind of flying through these a little bit. We also got confirmation that after the success of Dune in theaters, Dune 2 has officially been greenlit. So the trilogy, I think it's the trilogy that they're going with for the Dune movies with Timothy Chalamet. I don't know how to say his name. So
Chalamet.
it's Chalamet.
Chalamet. It's
Chalamet.
Chamlet.
Chandler.
Oh my god.
Chandler Bong. Anyways, so
I hope it's not supposed to be a trilogy because in the novels that Dune is based off of, like where they ended the first one is very close to the middle of the novel for Dune. So I hope that they don't stretch out the second half into two more.
Oh, they're definitely going to. I've seen the original. They will. I've seen the original movie. I've seen the original movie, and where they ended this movie was maybe a fourth of the actual story.
Yeah, but that was like the 80s. I mean, cocaine was a big thing back then, so they just like
they also said in like the releasing of this, like, this is the next Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, like, you know, which were all originally trilogies, like it's gonna
or the
be a
Hobbit,
trilogy.
where they turned like 120-page book, 120-page children's book into a trilogy.
Yeah,
it incorporated stuff from like 3 other unpublished books from.
They're definitely gonna suck the life out of this movie. I mean, it's good.
It's so good, and the cinematography is phenomenal.
Forgive us for the downplay. This movie, the first movie,
it should be so 2 movies.
Yeah.
They're
gonna make it like
they
3.
Stopped it
maybe
at the halfway mark. Let it just be 2 movies.
Yeah.
Please, God.
One of the things that I'm most excited about, moving on, is Dexter. Dexter. If you haven't watched Dexter, Dexter is about a serial killer who works for the Miami Police Department as a blood analyst and also double times as a serial killer, only killing other serial killers. The show got canceled, ended, and now they are bringing it back. It starts literally next weekend, November 7th. Showtime. Check it out.
I have a lot of catching up to do, so
I'm stoked. I'm stoked to watch it. Yes, please go watch the show. You're gonna love it. I know you are.
I started watching it way back in the day. It was hard for me to get into.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give it another chance because that's what I said about Smallville, and I loved Smallville. So I'm going to give it another chance, and then I will probably get caught up in no time flat. It'll be great. Also, for those guys that have not heard, Scarlett Johansson, and the House of Mouse have a while ago, a couple weeks ago, came to an agreement, a settlement, if you will, on a lawsuit, so it didn't have to go to court or go in front of any like performing rights organizations or PROs, if you will, or lawyers or anything like that. They came to a settlement. If you guys don't remember, Scarlett Johansson sued Disney because they co-released Black Widow both in theaters and on Disney Plus, and she only got paid for the revenue from movies at the theater. Theater release. They came to a settlement. She got a good chunk of money. Then Disney's like, we would love to have her cast in future projects now that we've come to an understanding.
Yeah.
Ha-ha. And then it was...
What the fuck is all this I'm hearing about? Purity rings.
But it has been announced that she will star in the Tower of Terror because Disney is running out of roller coasters and rides to make movies out of. But she'll be in the Tower of Terror, and Taika Waititi is set to direct, which is going to be...
Which makes you, it's going to be good.
It's at least going to be funny.
At the helm. Yeah.
It's going to be good because, I mean, also look at Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise. Like, they're taking subpar rides and turning them into awesome movies. Tower of Terror has been like a top-notch ride at Disney for a long time. So, I mean, like, look at what they can do with that, you know?
Yeah.
Probably the same thing. Let's hope. With Taika, I'm not worried. It's going to be great.
Yeah. He's hilarious. The man so 3'd it up with fucking Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson. If that doesn't mean that you're good at making movies, I don't know what does.
Maybe. Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Moving on. We there's something. That's all, folks. There is something that Chad and I kind of talked about earlier today that we weren't planning on talking about, but we thought it would be a good idea to talk about just because we talked about it on our own. We think it would be a cool idea to see what you guys think would be a good cast for the upcoming X-Men movie that now Disney and Marvel have creative control over. I saw a picture of...
Who would you guys like to be cast?
I saw... Now, how this started is I saw a picture of Jensen Ackles, who some of you may know from WB's Supernatural. He played Dean Winchester. He was
in Smallville, yeah.
And in Smallville.
Most notably 4. In Smallville.
Yes, that's most notably.
But that's where he got famous. And he's just gone downhill since.
Or he is confirmed to be in The Boys Season 3. And I saw a picture of him in The Boys, and he's very beefed up. He has a beard. And I was thinking, he's got the dark hair features. He can grow a good beard. He's short, which Wolverine is supposed to be short. I think Jensen Ackles, he's got a deep voice too. I think he could pull off a pretty good Wolverine.
I mean, he's got like those like deep grunts as well. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's voiced Batman.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to talk like this sometimes. I'm Batman.
I think he would make a pretty solid, accurately sized Wolverine.
He's probably still a little too tall to be Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, unless if you're gonna
more
find an
realistic,
actor,
Danny DeVito.
Yeah. If you're accurately, Wolverine is like 5'3", so no. But also Hugh Jackman is like 6'1". We looked it up.
6'1", 6'2". We always say that we looked it up, and then we always forget what the actual answer is.
It was 6'1".
Okay, yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah. But Jensen Ackles is shorter.
He's like 5'8", 5'10".
I mean, my girlfriend's 5'7", so that's a good size.
Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed so aggressively at that.
But and he beefed up. Like I showed you the picture of him earlier today.
Yeah.
He got like super stocky to play.
It's
his
called
character.
swole, but okay, you.
Whatever, dude.
Swine.
He got bigger to play his character in this movie, and now that his contract is over with Supernatural, I think that hopefully for him, bigger things. And I would love to see Jensen Ackles, short man with a deep voice and swole with dark features and a beard.
It's called jacked, but okay.
I think he could. Fuck you. I think he could play a very good Wolverine. I would like to see that, honestly.
I never considered it until you sent me that picture and said Wolverine, and I was like, fuck yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because he also doesn't have to be a man of many words. Like we don't need Wolverine to have like these aggrandizing like monologues.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Point
he
being,
could do it.
we would love to hear not just Wolverine, but with
With the X-Men coming out,
with the
or
X-Men
being
movie
like
confirmed being
in
part
the
of
works.
the MCU, we would love to see or hear what you guys think would be good choices for those characters.
Yeah, send us a message if you're watching this on YouTube. Comment below. Just tell us who you think in your head would make the X-Men great again.
Yeah.
Political.
Where'd you get that slogan?
I don't know, like a stupid red hat that I saw once. It made no sense.
Fuck. But yeah, I mean, I would like I said, I think Jensen. We've talked about Taron Egerton potentially.
I would like to see him as well. He was my front runner until you mentioned Jensen today.
Yeah.
Because also, like, before Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, like, he was in musicals. He was a Broadway actor. Yeah. And, like, now that's who you think of when you think of Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. Mm. We know that Taron Egerton can play, like, the action role. Mm. He's short. We've seen him beefed up in other roles.
He's short.
I mean, like, he is. He's like,
yeah.
He's like Tom Cruise size, much more shorter. And if you zoom out, he's probably standing on a phone book if he's not walking.
But give us your best X-Men, whether it's Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue.
If you have a full cast in mind,
yeah.
Throw that out there.
I want to see your lineup.
Yeah, or if it's just the perfect casting for a single person.
Well, yeah, that too.
Either one, just let us know. We'd love to see it, because that's how this podcast started. Was Jake and I talking about like fan castings and behind the scenes news and stuff like that. So this stuff fascinates us. So we'd love to hear it. With that being said, though, also officially next month, because now it's November. We do get Spider-Man No Way Home.
Woo!
I'm really hoping that this weekend, though, with Eternals, we get the second trailer.
Hopefully.
We probably won't because
I'm going to go see it on Saturday. I'm stoked.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing too. I'm ready. Like, I want Spider-Man to be here. Spider-Man has always been my favorite, but I'm just so excited for this. Yeah. With all the rumors, the confirmed Easter eggs, stuff like that. Like, it's just
end credit scene of Venom too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is yeah.
I'm so excited for this movie. We still got, it's pretty close to 2 months, but technically it comes out next month. I'm ready for it. I'm so excited. But with that, guys, I mean, that's kind of all that we had planned. So we're going to go ahead and close out this episode.
But before we do, we want to go over a couple things, like our Patreon. Am I on the right track here? I feel like I'm not.
Yeah, no, you definitely are. If you guys found our last interview with Bruce Pearson...
You looked at me weird.
I just didn't expect you to keep going, because normally you're like, but before we do, Chad. Yeah, but if you guys enjoyed our last interview with Bruce Pearson from just last week, the entire unedited interview is up on the Patreon page. It is literally twice as long as what we aired on the normal episode. So you get a lot more stories. You get a lot more background.
You get the full episode of us talking with said guests, where we edit a lot of them down.
Yeah. And it just gives you guys a little bit something extra. You also get a chance to get more perks, like specialty mugs that we don't have on our web store, stickers that are the same stickers that we sell, but larger sizes that you can't get, as well as like specialty color T-shirts, hoodies, things like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of our web store, we are also in the works of transitioning our web store. We're still going to have mostly the same selection. We're probably going to whittle away some of the things that no one really showed interest in.
Yeah.
But we'll have a new web store. We're going to kind of veer away from Etsy. Nothing against Etsy, just we want to be more in control of everything that we do. So we're in the process of setting up a variation of our current web store. So it's still going to, like I said, going to have a lot of the same things on there, just at a different domain. And when that happens, we'll let you guys know. Other than that, if you want to buy any of our merch, join our Patreon, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. All that is in the show notes below. So, check that stuff out. I mean, we love you guys. Thank you for letting us do this for 39 weeks. It's been a blast. We love you. And this has been the All Things Nerd Podcast.